Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 7. So Arrow this season has been extremely refreshing. A lot of, new stuff added to the show to make it feel different, but still feel like Arrow at the same time. We aren't detouring and becoming a show that doesn't feel like it, what it used to be and what we used to love. Obviously, we started the season with something very different, that of course being Oliver in Slabside, prison, and us experiencing all of that with Oliver. But once we were out of there, we went back to what we are familiar with on Arrow, that being the vigilante crime fighting stuff and antics. With a little bit of a twist there with the whole deputizing of the vigilantes by the Star City Police Department. Whether that lasts the whole season is something for us to wait and find out, I guess, because the future flash forward scenes definitely do suggest that, things didn't go that great, just to, keep it simple. And just to give you a heads up, later in the video I will be going over some false rumors going around about Arrow that are sort of concerning, that just sort of need to be squashed. But yeah, that will be after the main topic of the video. But yeah, let me know all your various opinions in the comment section down below throughout this video. I'm interested to know what you guys are thinking. So earlier this season, in an interview with Beth Schwartz, that of course being the showrunner for Arrow this season, she revealed that there would be a Birds of Prey inspired episode later on in the season, which from memory she said would be led by Katie Cassidy, who of course plays Laurel Lance, aka Black Siren. But that was all we really got about that episode for the most part, apart from just repetition of the same information but just worded a bit different. But now this Birds of Prey sort of inspired episode is now filming, and oh boy, is there quite a surprise. So the first thing to go over about this episode is the title of the episode, which could hint at what the storyline, is possibly, in more ways than one as well. But this episode will be number 18 for the season and will be entitled Lost Canary. Now we got the first proper teaser for the episode thanks to Laurel Lance herself, Katie Cassidy on Instagram, when she posted this photo of herself, Juliana Harper as Dinah Drake, and Katie Lotz, might I say, as her sister from another mister, sister from another Earth, that being Sara Lance, of course. And as you would expect, this got fans of the characters pretty damn excited. Sara Lance herself has probably been the most consistent female character in the Arrowverse, but obviously that's just my opinion, I guess, but I think I'm correct in that statement. Now, the elephant in the room surrounding this image is, of course, that of Dinah Drake, because, last episode, the last time we saw her, she sort of had her throat slit open by Stanley Dover, or, otherwise known as the Star City Slayer. I think episode 16 will have a focus on Dinah dealing with that, but as you can see in the photo that Katie Cassidy posted on Instagram, she is suited up completely as her, version of the Canary. It is hard to see her neck and throat properly, but there should be and will be most likely a newly formed scar on there, just like we see in the future as well. But the big question is whether she can use her Canary Cry or not. In the future, we haven't had Dinah use the cry at all, and that would be due to the injury to her throat. So maybe this episode and the episodes beforehand as well will sort of deal with that, because maybe she can actually use the cry, but it just really hurts. It's like when you have a rolled ankle, I guess, it just hurts to walk on that foot. So it might be that, the same with her cry. If she uses it, it works, I guess, but it's extremely painful. But yeah, as I said, we'll probably dive deeper into that throughout this episode. But as we know, Dinah can still kick some ass without the cry, so she is still a valid and worthwhile member of the team. And of course, not to be forgotten, Sara Lance is back for the episode now. It is important to remember that Legends of Tomorrow is back on April 1st. What a day for it to come back, April Fool's Day. And this episode of Arrow, I'm pretty sure will be the first episode back from another 2 to 3 week break that Arrow will have at the end of March. So we will come back to Arrow with this episode, and I think it's going to be weird as Legends of Tomorrow will be taking over Arrow's place on TV when it comes back, and then Arrow will air after Legends. So Arrow will start that, that 2 to 3 week break. Legends will start the week after that break starts, taking over Arrow's spots, and then Arrow will return a couple of weeks later and air after Legends on the same night. So that's confusing, but hopefully it still makes sense. Which then means on that returning week for Arrow, Sara will be on Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow on the same night. But then again, maybe they planned for this ahead and Sara goes back in time by herself for that episode of Legends in particular and just isn't a part of that episode. Hard to tell. Legends has wrapped their season, I think a few weeks back, so this Arrow episode's filming won't clash with their filming. But regardless, this will be the first proper episode we get to see Sara and Earth 2 Laurel connect and just mingle. We obviously had the finale last season, but that was pretty minor. So I am excited to see what we get between these two in this episode. It should be great. And to add a side note, Sara does seem to be wearing her white canary outfit in that photo from Instagram. You can just see her legs, but it looks like the white canary suit. So it looks like all the canary girls will be properly suited up throughout the episode. Now, one thing that I think a lot of people have wanted to see in this episode, seeing it was like a Birds of Prey inspired episode, was the return of Huntress. I don't know if that's a possibility. I don't know what the actress Jessica DeGale is doing. I think she said that she wouldn't mind coming back to the role, but you know, who knows if they can do it. We did see like a bit of a clip of her in the 150th episode, but that was just like a stock clip, I think. I don't think that was anything new. So maybe they can get her back for this episode. I think that'd be pretty cool, but it might be pretty hard to work her in. I don't know. But it does seem that the present day won't be the only canary group we see take shape. It also looks like we will be getting a future version of a canary trio made up, as you can see in this photo posted by Juliana Harkavi of Dinah, Zoe, and the new character of Mia Smoke. And if you look at the photo, it does seem that Mia and Zoe specifically are a little worse for wear and that they have been in a bit of a fight, a bit of a scrap. Now, all three of these ladies are in black leather like any canary would be, and possibly the future story in this episode could be what makes up the title for the episode of, you know, Lost Canary. Maybe they're looking for Laurel? We have had no real mention of Laurel Lance in the future, whether she is alive, dead, or went back to Earth 2. Nothing at all. So maybe there is a reason that hasn't been mentioned yet. Maybe they were waiting for the episode to dive into all of that. Either way, I think this episode should be a pretty entertaining one, and it seems that Oliver Queen won't be in this episode too much because Stephen Amell has been posting a lot of stuff on social media, which makes it look like he is on a mini break of sorts. So maybe this episode is all the lady stuff. Maybe he has like a 5 minutes of the episode, who knows? So he gets to take a week off basically and just relax. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about are these rumors going around that Arrow has been set for cancellation. Yes, cancellation at the end of season 8 already. Okay, so fair enough. Arrow season 8 might be its last season, but there's a few different blogs and websites going around saying that Arrow has already been confirmed to be ending at season 8. Like, that's the rumor that they're hearing, and they're spreading it like wildfire. And they're basically attaching this to Legends as well. So basically, what this... I'm not even going to mention the websites because they don't even deserve any notoriety. But if you Twitter it, you might be able to find them. One of them starts with a W, and I'm not talking about www. But anyway, so they're making up these rumors that essentially Arrow and Legends have already been slated for cancellation after Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, they're there basically to serve a purpose in Crisis. If Crisis wasn't happening, they'd probably be cancelled this season. That's essentially what this rumor mill of sorts is saying. And this has led a lot of people to actually just, you know, message me both on my Discord as well as Twitter. And I don't know where they're coming from, because the thing is, this is way too early to even decide that. Like, honestly, they renewed the shows earlier on than they, you know, normally would. Usually they'd probably get renewed around maybe this time, maybe a couple of weeks from now. That's usually like the normal renewal time. But CW does like to get ahead and, you know, announce things early. And I don't think it was too surprising that all the CW DC shows were renewed for a new season, seeing that we have Crisis on Infinite Earths coming up later on this year. Like, no brainer there, like no shock at all. Now, it has been said officially that a CW show, not specifically a CW DC show, but just a CW show that was renewed for, you know, next season, that season will be its last. But they've only said one. Okay, now personally, from the reaction of the cast and the people attached to the show, it almost seems like Supernatural might be that show that's going, just because how people reacted to them getting another season. So if I had to make a bet, I'd probably put my money on on Supernatural. But in regards to a DC show, I'd probably put my money on Legends if they're gonna get rid of one of them next season. They've just renewed it to finish off a story. I'd probably put my money on Legends, because Arrow they can do more with Arrow. Sure, they can do more with Legends, but Legends is like a bit of a more expensive show to make and doesn't get the ratings that Arrow and like Flash does. And well, I guess we can compare it to Arrow, because, you know, these two are, I guess, the shows that are competing for cancellation according to these people. But yeah, for anyone that read these rumors and was getting worried, I really wouldn't look too much into them, because Arrow, for me, and I think I'm correct in saying this, Arrow wants to get to season 10. Okay, for those that don't know, when you get to 10 seasons in American TV, you get syndication, which is a pretty big thing. Flash, I think, is obviously a show that wants to get to syndication, you know, get to season 10. And Arrow is super close to it. Like, they've already been confirmed for season 8. And I'm pretty sure they'd be able to hold on decent ratings until season 10, and then maybe finish after season 10. like a show like Smallville did as well. So syndication is a big thing, and I'm pretty sure Arrow would want to go for that, or at least the big executives around the shows would want to get to that. And if they have storylines to do that, which I'm sure they would, then of course they're going to go for it if they can keep the ratings going as well, which I think they should. I think Arrows would if they keep it as good as like this season has been, or just even like a decent amount of what this season's been, then I think ratings should hold to the point where they can get to season 10 and be pretty comfortable. But yeah, don't look into too much of these rumors. One of the sites that was pushing this as well also said that Supergirl's been confirmed to be cancelled after next season as well. Not even joking. And they also said that Danielle Panabaker is confirmed to leave as well, The Flash, which is not true at all. So a lot of these sites just want clicks and they just create bullshit. You can say that I create bullshit all the time, but I don't. These sites are the actual ones that are creating bullshit. So yeah, I just thought I'd clear the air there because, yeah, there's a lot of speculation and almost worry. That's probably the best word to use going around the Arrow fandom, if you want to call it. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Sorry for ending the video on a bit of a downer, but it's just something that I felt like I needed to address and didn't want to make my own video on it. Didn't feel like it was worth it, so I thought I'd include it in this video towards the end. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions of what we went over in this video. Are you looking forward to the Birds of Prey episode and all of that? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.